Hello, I'm Georgie Coleridge Cole, SheerLuxe's founder and CEO, and welcome to today's SheerLuxe podcast with the blush roster. We're talking how to make it as an influencer.
Always thought it costs so much money to start to do that because you have to buy so many clothes, buy all the makeup. But actually, if you just do it in a really sustainable way.
Which platforms to prioritise?
A get ready with me reel on Instagram versus on TikTok. TikTok sometimes goes viral and then it gets seen by nobody on Instagram.
As well as some of their fashion and skincare must-haves. I mean, your skin.
Yeah.
I've got such a long list of things.
Don't miss it. I'm happy to say that today I am joined by, SheerLuxe's marketing director, also managing director of Blush Talent Management, also Felicity Bird and Mollie Burdell. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For those that don't know, SheerLuxe also has a sister agency, Blush Talent Management, which manages both SheerLuxe internal talent and also external talent. We think what we've got is something really special in a talent management agency, and that we can kind of bring you into the SheerLuxe fold and merge the two. And it makes perfect sense to be doing this and letting people get to know you a bit better. So welcome.
Thank you very much.
Exciting.
Lovely to have you. We always start with what people are wearing. So Maya, kick it off.
Yeah, I feel like I'm super casual compared to everyone else. Sorry, but I'm wearing my Puma Speed Cats, which I absolutely love. I think they're the coolest trainer shape. My new Dish brown trousers, the M&S suedette jacket, and just a white Arquette tee.
Love those trainers.
They're so good, aren't they?
Gorgeous.
Mollie, you look fab.
Thank you. Like I said to you earlier, I was rushing around Selfridges yesterday trying to find an outfit because I wanted to feel good, but we've landed on this
Nailed
denim
it.
number. So this is from Reformation. The jacket is a vintage number. It's vintage. I don't actually know the brand, but I am a sucker for vintage. I can't get off there at the minute. And then the shoes are News.
Oh yeah, I love that brand.
Via Vinti, and I got them for an absolute
wow.
steal. So
I just get on Vinted.
Yeah, you do. I love it.
Do you sell on there too?
Yes, I did actually just sell something today. So what am I going to buy with that money is the question.
Can I say something? I really have the worst phobia of snakes. It's well known.
Really?
Oh gosh, I'm
you
sorry.
can't
I need to
have
stay
the
back.
But weirdly, I'm loving the jacket.
Okay.
I've surprised myself.
Can you not wear snake print then?
I was going to say, would that even scare you? Like, it's not a lie.
I love
The
snake print.
The biggest joke is that my husband proposed to me with a pair of knee-high boots. You know the story?
wow.
There were snakeskin boots. I was like,
Were you terrified?
yes, but why the snakeskin boots?
Do
And they
you
went
even
back
know
the next
me?
day.
And he wasn't wearing them right. They were
No,
actually
no.
he was giving them to you, right?
He got down on one knee and his
That's not our thing, Mollie.
Nothing but snake
That's not our thing.
boots.
But I really think it looks great.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous.
And I don't need to borrow it either.
Well, if you ever want to,
No,
Georgie, it's here.
but it looks really amazing on you, and with your hair, loving
you.
it, loving it. Felicity,
I have gone for a very cream outfit today, which was a little bit naive with a baby. So I'm hoping, he's outside. He's very quiet, hopefully.
very quiet. He's very
He's gorgeous. I'm very biased, but he's very cute.
He really
I love him.
is. Where is this from?
So the jeans are from a Goldie. They're my favourite style. They're the low slung baggy, and I think I've got them in literally every colourway. This is Zara, a Zara number.
Which
Maya's
I
got
nearly
today.
wore
nice.
today,
Yeah,
so that
thank
would have
God.
been awkward.
Yeah, and then some Gucci slingbacks, so a bit of high and low dressing.
Well, I am wearing a Jacquemus jacket, thanks to Lou.
Very nice.
She sent it to me when I was away, and she was like, oh my God, this is so you. And I was in Croatia, and I was like, oh my God, it's so me. Couldn't order it because of currency or something. Panic. I knew it was still in stock when I came back, thank God.
So nice.
It's meant to be.
My Primark bodies.
High low.
I think I've sat on a podcast recently and not been wearing a Primark body.
Oh, I don't know
good.
about
I've
the
not-
Primark
yeah, I don't
body.
know
Is
about
this
them.
the thing?
Oh my God, ladies! You're missing out. And I say this every time, but they're really good. They're like kind of skim tubes. They're awesome. I think I'm wearing a Goldie shorts. And I'm wearing Michael Kors. I love these. Such a good heel.
Yeah, really good heel.
We really want people to get to know you. Like, we know you. You're on the roster. We've obviously got our internal roster who everybody knows.
Yeah.
But we think the beauty of Blush and what we have that others don't is that we can bring you into all this content. And to us, it's a sort of no-brainer that people can get to know you in a way you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. So let's start with you, Mollie.
Yeah.
I mean, we met quite a while ago.
Yeah, we did.
You were doing something for Harrods, I seem to remember.
Yeah. And then I hosted one of the first Luxe Gen YouTube shows, which was
You-
Luxe
Yes,
Girl
you
at the time.
did.
You did.
And then, just been doing bits on and off for you guys. And then
Here we
signed about 3 months ago, was
Here
it?
we are. Can you go back a bit and give us a bit of a potted history? I mean, you are the most brilliant broadcaster, and I don't say that lightly. You are a great host, and it's one thing being able to talk on camera, but it's another hosting. And I remember back when you were at Harrods, thinking, God, she's really got something. And then anyway, here we are. It all works out in the end, doesn't it? Can you sort of take us back to the beginning and give us a bit of a run through?
I'll try. After I finished at sixth form, I went to study makeup artistry at Delamar Academy in London. I did a year intensive course where I covered everything from theatre, casualty makeup, prosthetics, fashion. So really deep dived into makeup and its history, period makeup, wigs
That's
as
what
well.
I wanted to do.
It was honestly
I wasn't allowed to, but that's what I wanted to
yeah,
do.
it was incredible. It was incredible. And then I got to the end and I thought, it's been amazing, but I don't want to actually be a makeup artist, much to my parents' shock and annoyance that they'd, sent me to this place. But anyway, then I found a course at Leeds University doing journalism. And I always thought, I'm going to merge the two and become a beauty journalist. I actually did Maya's makeup earlier.
Mollie did my
Anyone
makeup
likes to
today.
look at that.
Yeah,
we
who
did.
knew that was on offer today?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
said.
anyone else hit me up. And then I did interning, so Grazia, Cosmopolitan Stylist, Look magazine, and then landed my first job at Superdrug magazine. That's where I interviewed Little Mix, I was telling you earlier. Then I went to Harrods.
Is that your claim to fame?
Yeah,
I was like, who's the most famous person
Little
you
Mix.
interviewed?
Honestly, that was when they were in their prime, and I was,
She's only 22. I think that's pretty cool for a 22-year-old to be when they were that famous.
And then, went to Harrods where I was beauty writer, then deputy beauty editor. And that is really where my love for being in front of the camera began. I was doing, all their store launches for H Beauty. I was doing a lot of pre-recorded content, lives. That's where I was just like, no, this is definitely the avenue I want to go down, the broadcast route. And then went freelance 3 years ago and have been delving into that ever since.
And you're presenting on QVC, is that right?
Yes, so that was something that I'd always said that I wanted to do back many years ago. I said I'll get on there one day. And I mean, it was kind of in the talks for a while. Then I got pregnant and had my daughter and didn't know if it was going to happen. But then 3 months after I'd had her, they found a brand for me. So Bare by Vogue. And I'm big into my fake tan, always have been, always will be.
Are you wearing it now?
Yes, I am.
Looks good.
The water, the mousse water. So give it a go. And then so I'm the guest presenter for Bare by Vogue, and it's been amazing.
Bare by Vogue's on QVC.
Yeah, so I did an hour show with Vogue last month. We did it together and
Did it go well?
it went really well.
Did it fly?
Yeah, it
I mean,
flew.
QVC is the most fascinating business.
I would love to see it. And Charlotte went there recently for
Yeah,
a tour,
I
didn't she?
saw that.
I'd love to see all the numbers going off on the
Oh,
screen,
no,
like sales
you-
figures.
You run back to the green room and see how well you've done, and it's like, oh gosh, have I sold anything today? But no.
Have you sold anything today? I mean, this business is mind blowing. I remember this time where I was doing Success Stories podcast, and I think I had Amanda Waitley in, Thea Green, the founder of Nails Inc., and they were all going from the SheerLuxe office to QVC.
It's not far from here, is
know
it?
that.
I
It's
was like,
Chiswick Park,
what?
and it's the most insane place I've ever been. All the cameras, pretty much, they have one cameraman in there, but are robotic. So you're in this room and there's no one in there. But yeah, I mean, it does incredibly well. All categories. You've got lawnmowers being sold over there. You've got a velvet chair over there. You've got anyway.
I didn't realise people were still buying.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, it's
One of our team, who I won't say her name, but has an aunt, or it's her husband's aunt, who lives out of London, doesn't, like, quite near London, sort of, I think, suburbs, but doesn't come to London. She just sits and watches QVC all day. And I actually, when I was a teenager, I went down a bit, I got a bit addicted to watching QVC.
I think it becomes quite addictive.
Yeah, I remember being in Portugal on a girls' holiday, and the girl's mum, who was hosting us, and I was sitting inside watching QVC. My friend was like, "Oh, no, I think you need to get out now. You've been watching QVC quite a long time."
It's time
But
to
it
get
is
this fresh air.
weirdly addictive.
But is it like a bit of a game because you have to like time your buy for the discounts or
Yeah.
the price, the
Yeah.
lowest price.
It's
Exactly.
not bidding then. It's
No.
They just drop the
you know,
price.
they
Oh,
do
right,
drop the
okay.
price, and there's, you know, special deals, and brands, you know, have special values for a week or two. And so it's...
Yeah, it's $10.99 for the next hour, and it's
I'm gonna
going
be spending my
quickly.
money now on
It's
some
going
things.
quickly. Oh my god! Do you find does the flow keep coming?
Yes, and I mean, you do have talk back in your ear, so you can hear if the producer needs you to move or to go over something again. So that's quite a learning, having
a bit
someone-
distracting.
Yeah.
Because I need to watch you next time you're on.
Can you please,
Oh,
guys?
yeah, tell us when you're
I
on.
will,
Yeah.
I will, and you can get those numbers
Amazing.
up.
What advice do you have for being confident on camera? Because, you know, I think it's really interesting. I remember in the early days of Instagram and the early days of Instagram stories, should I say.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of influencers around who had amazing pictures. And then suddenly there was this pressure to be on stories.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know, will they convert? Do they have the broadcasting skills, people skills to be able to convert?
Well, I think you've seen lots of those sort of, that style of content doesn't really exist anymore. It can't stand up on its own. You have to have that personal connection, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're right, yeah. Do you have confidence to go on camera and speak to someone like they're your friend, but there's no one there?
Exactly.
But you're the expert at it. You're speaking to
Well,
robots.
no, I mean, it's taken a while. It doesn't just come to you overnight. It's definitely, and watching yourself back, you can feel a bit cringe, but I think it definitely helps me watching my live shows back and thinking, right, next time actually, I'll maybe try not to be so handsy, or, you know, just try and improve each time. But it's taken a while, you know, and it's still now I can feel a bit, ooh. But talking as if you're talking to a friend, and just not complicating it too much.
Felicity, tell us about you. I've long admired your style. I know
you very
you two are great friends.
Yes.
And I always hoped you'd come on the Blush roster, and here you are.
It's been over a year now. It's gone very quickly.
Yeah, it has
I
flown
signed
by.
last May, I think. Yeah, so
And you've had a busy time since.
Yes, I have. I've had a baby.
Got married, had a baby.
Got baby. Yeah, my career hasn't been specifically in social media, so I actually do have a full-time job alongside socials. So I am a change and transformation consultant. I predominantly work for retailers who are implementing large technology or digital transformation. So it is very, very different to social media. I kind of use my socials and fashion as a creative outlet. But obviously working in the retail industry, I do kind of have experience kind of the behind the scenes. But yeah, I've worked as a consultant in retail for about 10 years now. I've worked in Wolverhampton. I've worked in Kuwait. I've worked all over the place.
What did you do in Kuwait?
I work for a large franchise partner in Kuwait. So they're a family-owned franchise partner. And they were undergoing a huge technology transformation. So I worked there for 2 years. It was supposed to be 10 weeks and then turned into 2 years. So yeah, very, very eye-opening in terms of like culture and kind of ways of working in the processes and things like that.
And now you're on maternity leave.
Yes.
Will you go back to that?
I do want to go back because I do feel like, for me, I really enjoy kind of having the creative side, and also I'm quite analytical, so I do really enjoy the analytical side of my work, and I don't really kind of get that from social media. I know that there obviously is like kind of a marketing side to it with looking at your kind of engagement statistics, but I do really love kind of working in that kind of space. And working on different projects, working for different retailers, meeting new people, engaging with different stakeholders. So I do really love that side of it.
Maya.
Yes.
I mean, I'd like to think people know a bit about your history, but for those that don't, I mean, you've been at SheerLuxe for a long time. You're a member of the SheerLuxe senior leadership team. You're also MD of Blush. You're also a very, very successful content creator.
Thank you.
Can you talk us through that journey for those that don't know it or need a refresh?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I feel like it's one of my most asked questions when I'm on like TikTok Live or something like that, how I got into my career here. So I started at SheerLuxe 10 years ago now.
Wow.
So this will be my 10th year.
I got it wrong.
Last year we celebrated
Last year I had flowers and champagne
across the office.
with a camera and everything. Charlotte turned around and she went, I think you'll find it's 9 years.
Started 10 years ago as a marketing assistant, very much winged my way into the business, saying I could do Photoshop and all sorts. Taught myself how to do it. But I've worked in the business, obviously, for that amount of time and worked my way up into marketing director. I started content creation after lockdown, just posting my outfits because I was getting asked a lot on SheerLuxe platforms where things were from. So I thought I'll give it a go myself. It worked. It grew very nicely. And then Blush was started 2 years ago, nearly now. So Georgie and I have been running that for the past 2 years, bringing on new talent. And I still do all of those roles as my day job type thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's great. I love it. I like to do something new every year at SheerLuxe, you know. Keep yourself on your toes.
I've got to come up with this here. Help! I think you've got quite a lot on.
Yeah.
Without sitting here and sort of getting too gushy, you've... It's amazing what you've achieved. It really is. Yeah, it's...
Appreciate that.
I don't
It's
know how you do it
amazing.
all.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I mean, it's yes. Wow. How
It's
much
the
have you,
SheerLuxe way to be fast and do a lot, I think.
what would you say is your percentage of content creation?
Oh, well, in comparison, tiny. I mean, I'm here 5 days a week, 9 till 6.
no content creation within your working hours.
Is allowed.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
yeah.
So I do that just around it. But I think the beauty of what I've managed to make work is I just very much share I'm getting ready in the morning, or I'm at home and I feel myself when I get home.
need to get so
I
much
just
better
keep
at
it
that.
all very natural. I don't do any of this batch content creation that lots of creators do
Yeah.
because, well, that just wouldn't work for me in my life.
Also,
But
people love raw content, like unfiltered, day in the life. I'm obsessed with watching day in the life videos.
it is easier. Like I've tried to do that a million times, but my day is far too busy to have.
Oh, you did one
started
recently.
it and
I
then
did
you
do one
loved
recently,
it.
but they're hard to do
They
regularly.
are.
I messaged Daisy last night and it's like, I would like us to be doing those for everyone in the
Individuals.
team all across the business.
People would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're a really
people
cool
love
series.
that.
Can we talk a bit about how you've grown your following? I mean, you are smashing it at 300 and something thousand.
Thank you.
Wow. Mollie, your sort of earlier days.
Mine's a bit, I
building-
guess how I do it is it's a bit different in terms of I more create content for other channels and brands as that beauty expert, journalist, MUA. And that's, I mean, yeah, I need to work on building my own, but that's kind of how my strategy has been. I am at the point now, though, I'm like, right, I need to try and grow my other channels, but it's been kind of ticking along doing it.
But a lot of brands want user-generated content, don't they? That they
Yeah.
can feature on their
Yeah,
own channels. So
definitely.
that's not wrong
Yeah.
at all. I guess it's just you are judged a bit at face value, aren't you?
Yeah,
You know, the
exactly,
First thing you would
which
do
is-
is look at your own numbers when you
When
say.
they're reviewing, yeah, definitely. I think like in anything now, whether it's applying for a job or you're a content creator or you're a broadcaster, the social accounts are the first
Yeah.
place people look. So you have to have a portfolio, as you know. on
Even though
there.
my TikTok seems to be blowing up at the minute because I've been doing videos dancing to my little
I love
6-month-old
those.
girl, and that's what people seem to want to see from me. So.
Got to get the balance, the professional and the at home.
So TikTok's growing.
Yeah.
Which channels are you on?
TikTok and Instagram are my channels, yeah.
And that's it. Are there others that you're looking at thinking I should be thinking about those?
Oh, see, I've always thought about YouTube and, doing all the vlogging type stuff, which potentially, but I want to focus on these two at the minute and then see where I go from there.
And Felicity, what about you?
It's all
I've
about
always loved your start. I'm so glad it's growing. Because you really, I remember you two doing something together and I was like, that.
We used to shoot all the time. We haven't done it for a long time now.
Yeah.
But I think, it goes in kind of peaks and troughs, doesn't it? Sometimes you have a huge spike in following and then it just stagnates. But I do think, I know this is like very cliche, but it's all about consistency. Just making sure that you're engaging with other accounts, posting every day. I know that TikTok, you have to, I think it's 3 posts a day. If you don't post within a week, they classify you as a inactive account.
Yeah, if you have big periods of inactivity of not posting, it does go into their algorithm as inactive, and they think you're basically an untrustworthy account.
Yeah, and
so
then your
you'll stop being
content just doesn't
served.
get seen. So yeah, it is, and it's obviously very tricky balancing it now, obviously with a baby and previously with a full-time job. So it is finding that balance, but consistency is really definitely key. We used to shoot every weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
And just getting that content is just kind of finding enough content to post. And like Maya said, I think the day in the lives or like the kind of get ready with me in the morning is really easy to slot into your content. And people like seeing it as well. And I've found a lot of traction now with introducing mum kind of generated content, so things like breastfeeding essentials or nappy bag, and people really love that content to see. So I'm trying to navigate it now to try and include my like mummy content, but without it being too forced, like trying to be authentic. And I have seen really good engagement from that.
What about brands wanting to pay you for that content? Because obviously everyone's running a business. Is there the income from that kind of content? Look, engagement is one piece. If it gets you that, helps you grow, and then you can monetize in other ways. Are you directly monetizing
I have
mother and baby content?
Yeah, so I have done a UGC filming for Tommy Tippy.
I've just done some bits of them. I love working with them.
I think it was like nappy bag essentials, or I can't remember what video they saw, but I think they wanted the user generated content to talk through different Tommy Tippy items. So I have seen so far, I mean, I'm only 10 weeks in, but I have seen something come from it, which is great.
And are you feeling like you need to do that and balance it with fashion and other things you were doing?
I love fashion, and I think that is where I got the joy out of creating my socials, because it was a creative outlet. I love styling, I love shopping. So I'm trying to intertwine the mum stuff along with fashion. Yeah.
I think so. I think the pool of mother parenting brands is quite small in comparison, and you do see the influencers, content creators who just
go for it.
So heavy.
And they sort of lose their fashion identity. And I think it can be quite hard to get it back.
I agree.
I've often said, and I know a few mothers who are huge, have huge followings, who've never really gone down the mother route, which I think each to their own. Nice if there's a few bits.
And I think at the moment, so I'm exclusively breastfeeding, so it is incorporating my fashion with practicality. And I think a lot of people are really liking seeing that, because I know that some people feel like they can't dress well if they're breastfeeding. They have to wear something really functional. I mean, I can just unzip this.
I was just thinking that. Is it really inappropriate that I'm looking at that jacket and she can whip out a boob?
You saw me earlier doing it. Yeah. So
But what about you and the parenting mix
I've done
versus other
bits and bobs, but I'm definitely I keen to keep my identity and not lose that completely to motherhood. And I was working a month after having my daughter, and work to me is just so important, and having that time to be me and have my time away, it's really invaluable for me. So I'm a mother, but I'm also lots of other things. So
you're also a face of Westfield, Stratford. Say that on here. So SheerLuxe's other sister company is Luxe & Co, which is our creative agency, and we are now the retained social agency for Westfield.
Yes.
And our strategy was to source a cohort of faces for Westfield London and Westfield,
which has been great. I've never been there so much, and I'm just loving it. So much under one roof.
And you are so good, can I say?
Yeah, you are great.
And I was quite involved with who the faces were for each of the centres.
Yeah.
And
we had a chat, didn't we, on the phone?
We did. I rang you and I was like, what do you think? And I was like, Mollie would be perfect.
Yeah.
The content is so good.
It's been great, yeah.
It's early days and we're in that kind of late sort of learning phase, but I'm loving how entertained I'm being, It's elevating the brand, driving footfall, showing people what's there, but through these sort of regular faces, of which I'm so thrilled you're one of them.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing.
There's a generation of people now whose just ambition is to be an influencer. You've all had your trainings, your careers. You've done it at the same time on the side. Like, that is the smartest way, I would say. And I also think it just gives you more depth as well.
Yeah, I agree.
As well as it being maybe a bit safer than all eggs in one basket. I think it gives you a bit more substance,
Yeah, it does.
doesn't it?
I will just say, from the management's perspective side, we find that brands want a USP. There are so many great content creators that have solely done that for a long time. And, they do very well for themselves. But now,
it's changing, isn't it?
Yeah, new faces coming onto the scene. And brands are always trying to test with new people. They want people to have that USP, to have a different string to their bow, to have something they can talk about alongside whatever content is they're creating in a really, confident, credible way. So, being a stylist, having MUA training, like all these things is actually extremely helpful in the long run. Being a multifaceted person is so much more interesting to the viewer, to the brand.
Toby's a great example of that, isn't she?
Yes, she's
Toby,
amazing.
Yeah.
So she has a very senior role, business development role in a very big media business. Sorry, I'm being vague deliberately, but she's a mother. Her juggle is huge.
She's an author. She speaks at loads of events.
She's an author, but she is asked to speak at a lot of, there's the obvious sort of brand partnerships, but she's also asked to go into Experian and talk about being a woman in her position, how she balances it all. I think influencer has more to it, doesn't it, than just brand partnerships in that sense.
Definitely.
And that can be interesting. But yeah, in terms of growing your following, how have you done that? How did you do that? Because it was amazing, your following just...
There was a growth spurt for sure. I'd say like probably a year or two ago, I had, well, probably a year and then another year before that, I had 2 really big growth spurts. I think I try to diversify my content as much as possible, and I think that's worked for me. Lots of people say filming in the same spot every single day, getting your audience used to what you're doing and familiar with your backdrop is the way to go. And I think it does work for a lot of people. But for me, it was changing it up quite a lot. So I would jump on trends or sounds or seasonal changes. And
Still in the same background quite a lot.
I am at home, but I move it around and then I do things out of the house. Well, only because I don't have any time to go anywhere else. But I wouldn't say I repeat my format. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. But
I think you do.
I have found the most...
I think you're not a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
But I think your backgrounds are quite consistent.
They're consistent, but
you have a range of
formats, yeah.
Content types, don't you?
Content types, yeah, good way to say it. If I do the same thing 5 days in a row, the 5th one isn't going to do very well. If I stay true to my brand and talk about the things that I love and have the same aesthetic, but I mix it up a bit more, I always say the element of surprise, I say that quite a lot at SheerLuxe, works very well for people. Wallpaper, you don't like staring at the same wallpaper every single day. So I have found that's worked really well for me. Leaning into things that are really relevant to mass audiences works very well in terms of reach. It's like my office content does very well in terms of what I'm wearing to work. So trying to make yourself not make yourself, but being relatable to your audience. Speaking to your audience as if they're you type thing, that's when my videos do really, really well.
And do you think it's as simple as, but it's as simple as that has got your audience size to where it is?
I think it's a bit of that married with, I am a bit more appealing to the mass because of the way I shop. I'm M&S, I'm H&M, Zara. It's very accessible. I think if I were to go down a really high-end route, I wouldn't have grown my following to what I am. And I also wouldn't have been able to. From a young age, I always thought about being on YouTube. It's always been in the back of my head. I remember watching like the Zoellas when I was at university thinking, oh, that would be so cool to do, but I was never brave enough. And I always thought it costs so much money to start to do that because you have to buy so many clothes, buy all the makeup. But actually, if you just do it in a really sustainable way,
and
you don't have to.
I mean, but authentic to you.
Authentic to you, yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think that is the thing.
Yeah. I think people like that I take something from Asda or on Marks and Spencer's.
Generally, my stepmom got me into it. Supermarket clothes
That's
shopping.
what I buy for Annie the whole time.
Oh,
supermarket clothes.
Me too. Growing your following. Your following's grown quite a lot recently, hasn't it? What's that down to?
It has been kind of growing steadily. I wouldn't say that I've had huge spikes, but I do think, as Maya was saying, it is appealing to the mass. I'm quite good, if I do say so myself, at finding good high street pieces that look really high end and incorporating that into my style, and doing things like get ready with me reels or ways to style a certain piece of clothing have worked really well, so that people get stuck when they're buying an item. They get stuck, I can only think of one way to wear this. Whereas if you provide them with multiple different types of inspiration, it does appeal to my audience specifically.
My role coming from a marketing background and growing SheerLuxe's digital brands, I think has fed massively into the intel that I give my own channels. Like I am a stats nerd. I do look in the back end every single day, and if something performs at a certain time, I'll keep posting it at that time, and I'll let my stories expire before I post the next one because I know it's going to get more impressions. I think you really have to look out for those. Those insights and lean into them.
It seems like it's quite hard to grow on Instagram at the minute, though.
I will say, if you grow your TikTok following, your Instagram will come with it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been kind of focusing on, but I think it goes hand in hand, doesn't it, really?
But also, if you start posting things on TikTok and they're doing really well, it's always a very good indicator of content you can then repurpose across on Instagram. And it's
you
almost
can repurpose, can't you, across the day?
And you think you can? They don't have to be original.
I think if you do it like for like, at some point you're going to find...
The TikTok has some search engine where they can actually see if you've uploaded on another platform, and then they'll kind of hide your content. So you do, like, even if you're cutting it by a second,
I was going to say, cut it and edit it slightly differently.
And stagger the content. Don't be posting them like like for like at
Yeah.
the same time or anything like that. Because also your audiences go to different channels for different reasons. So
Yeah.
Talking about TikTok and Instagram, is TikTok the focus for you? I mean, for us, we definitely, well, TikTok and Instagram are both equally key. They both generate different results, I would say, for brands. Are you focusing on one more than the other?
I'm trying to give both as much love and attention. I think on TikTok I may be a bit more silly, or I don't know. I see Instagram more as my CV,
Yeah.
and then TikTok is more.
It's more entertainment. TikTok,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I had a video that's at 6 million views nearly, it's crazy just how it can just go so
It really
viral
goes-
and
yeah.
goes to so many people. It kind of really shocked me, but I could definitely
it's harder
see
for
the
Instagram to
value
do
in
that,
it.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting what works on TikTok. So you'll share exactly the same content, obviously, amending it different ways. But if it's a reel of a get ready with me reel on Instagram versus on TikTok, TikTok sometimes goes viral and then it gets seen by nobody on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
That's
there's
what
no
I
rhyme or
mean.
reason.
That's what I mean. That the virality
Yeah.
potential is definitely
It's
bigger on
yeah,
TikTok.
Yeah,
that's what it
yes,
feels
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But in terms of brand partnerships, would you say you get more coming into Instagram than you do TikTok, or the other way around?
For me, Instagram, but TikTok, I have had a few bits starting to come in. So
mine's probably Instagram first, but TikTok's pretty big too, to be honest. And I think brands really like the content that people create on TikTok because it naturally tends to feel more authentic and lo-fi. And so I definitely don't think it's something that should be ignored.
And any tips for growing TikTok followings that's different from Instagram, or are you saying the approach is the same?
I think just sharing as much content as possible on TikTok.
like you say,
Unfiltered-
lo-fi
yeah.
is
Yeah,
just
exactly.
whacking your phone up and
Having
unfiltered
danced with a baby in the kitchen.
yeah, we're just
I think
showing
that's
you.
so cute. Those videos are great.
Poor girl.
I think if you are starting out and you're not sure what content to create, a really good place to look on TikTok is something called Creator Search.
Oh yes,
Insights.
I do use that. Yeah,
That will show you all of the sort of upward trending search terms in the area that you're most interested in because it knows what you're interested in.
Okay.
And that's quite a good place to start. And if you post from there directly rather than your drafts, you get a bit of an extra boost from them.
Do you have any advice for people that are watching? That you're all doing amazingly in this space. I know, following wise, you'll say you've got work to do, but you have an incredible skill, Mollie, and I think you're going to go. I mean, QVC,
Yeah,
Western Stratford, Eggs Harrods. I mean, I think you have something very special. As I said, it is not a given to be able to broadcast and host, and you are all in an amazing position. What advice do you have for other people who want to break into this industry, who are setting out, less established?
I know this is quite a basic thing to say, but I think finding your niche and leaning into it, and I don't think that means something really specific. It could be anything from you have a knack for finding really great high street denim, or I follow this, I can't remember what her name is, she's on TikTok. I think she works in a bank and she has day in the lives of, and I'm obsessed with watching those videos.
Oh, we need to know
they're
who
so
that
good.
is.
And she's able to incorporate fashion and skincare into that, and I'm just obsessed with watching. I love watching her videos.
Beauty's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, that's the world you're in, but the beauty industry, in terms of consumer industry, is
And the advertising market, massive.
absolutely massive. Are you leaning more into beauty?
I think I am now. Actually, the majority of my partnerships recently have been beauty.
love them.
I am enjoying it.
Cute.
Yeah, I do love
Do
it.
my makeup and chat.
Wooing Laura and I into this sort of calm, tranquil state. We love it. Felicity, you doing more beauty?
I'm trying to. I've done a couple recently, and it's just been, I was really scared to talk because I don't feel like I know a lot about beauty. And I was quite scared to start talking in front of the camera. But I think once you do it, it's
and you know
easy.
the products you
yeah,
like.
and I know
It
the
doesn't
products
need
that
to
I'm
be a
using.
deep dive, or it's just
Yeah,
top line
and
of
I'm
why-
worried because on my Instagram, it's for me, like you say, it's like your CV, it's like a portfolio, and you want it to be aesthetic. But I'm veering away from that now, and I'm
not
just
aesthetic
doing.
at all, actually. And I think that's something I was used to feel really self-conscious,
Yeah.
and then I think once I had a daughter, I just stopped caring or
Yeah,
people pleasing
exactly.
or thinking about the way things look and just
And I go on with no makeup now and just put on.
Yeah.
Try
Funny
different
how
types of
motherhood
makeup.
gives
do-
you
it really
that.
does.
Like most people who don't have the most outrageous ego, I used to find walking into a room people I didn't know quite intimidating. I mean, you've got a baby on your
Yeah.
arm. You
Just start talking to him.
It's a bit of an equaliser, isn't it? I don't know what it is, but it does do something. Any other advice you'd give people breaking into the industry?
Stay in your lane, focus on yourself, don't compare yourself to
Yeah.
other people because everyone's going through shit and you know it is easy to compare and think, oh my God, they look like they're having the best time, or social media is the highlight reel at the end of the day.
It's
and you
also
just need
marketing. Like, let's just
so
explain it. That
yeah.
I think the blur for the younger generations is so mixed, but when they're seeing all their friends on things that they're not included in, and then the next minute they're looking at an influencer doing something else, it does all blur into that's real life.
Yeah.
But actually, these are marketing platforms.
Exactly.
Really, at the end of the day.
So I would say, try not to compare, even though we can all fall into it.
Yeah.
And also just a quote that I like to live by: work hard and be nice to people. Like, you know,
Lovely.
people, this is a small industry, really.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
People,
Yeah.
you know, remember things or comments that are said, or just, I think just working hard and being a good person, it
I agree.
goes far.
I listened to a podcast the other day, which talked about givers, takers, and makers. The makers made introductions, thinking, well, I'll help you with what jewelry to buy, and you'll help me with what beauty to buy. And then there were takers who just were given a bit of advice, and then there were the givers, and the givers gave it but didn't want anything back in return, and you know, no prizes for guessing that karma wins in the end.
Yeah.
The givers are the ones that prosper, and I just thought, well, that was such good advice. I was trying to explain it to my
I know, I
children.
like that a lot.
Yeah, I think having integrity, good energy, being kind and nice
Yes.
matters, and you see through that, I think, in some people, don't you?
I
Yeah,
think you do very quickly,
Yeah.
And it is a very sociable space to be in. You know, you're attending events all the time. You're at dinners with people, and these people are your peers. Ultimately, if this is your career, you need to be nice to them.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
networking's really important
Yeah.
in this industry.
Really
if you're not turning up to the events or whatever, like that does actually matter.
Do you love what you do in this space?
Yeah, I really love it. Yeah. I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes. And again, going back to the comparison, and you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. But I try and see that more of an inspiration, people inspiring me rather than me kind of competing against them. I just need to take a step back and remember that I love it. And I love, as I have said before, it's a creative outlet for me. And I just, I don't think I'd do anything else. I don't know what I'd do with my time if I wasn't doing socials.
As in that's your hobby as
Yeah,
well.
exactly,
Your
it's my hobby.
side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, the dream was to be on stage, but I can't sing, so that you know, think I can dance and act, but the singing didn't get that one. So the West End won't have
Do
me.
you know, Mollie, apparently you can learn.
To sing.
There's auto-tune as well.
Well, I feel that people that
dream
say that
to
can't
sing.
sing.
Like Les Mis.
apparently you can learn.
No, I feel like-
I don't know who you are, but I've heard about this
Right,
company.
this is what I'm going to be doing now from here on in. Learning
You can,
to sing.
you can learn.
TikTok that.
Yeah.
But no,
Take us on a journey with you.
Exactly.
Lesson one.
Okay. No, I love it. I do. I'd love to do more TV. That would be to be the host of Strictly is my ultimate goal.
That's a pretty big goal.
Yeah.
You got to dream big.
We love you, Tess,
But,
you
no,
know,
just
she's
doing
not
more,
around
Time ticking.
forever.
more
Yeah.
broadcasting and TV presenting is definitely what
Yeah.
I would love to do more of. So watch this space. But no, I'm currently loving what I'm doing. I'd like to maybe slightly venture out of the beauty. And like I said, I love my working out. So maybe doing more active wear stuff and more in the fitness space. But for now, I'm very happy and content.
Well, you're brilliant at it. Maya, I don't know what I want the answer to be.
I love everything I do. I love the juggle.
If you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be?
I've actually already collaborated with a Goldie, and that was like a real standout moment for me because I've always worn a Goldie jeans. Well, when I say always, however long they've been around. And I did a collaboration with them last year, and I was just honestly so thrilled.
Oh,
Yeah.
congrats.
Mine's a bit of a rogue one.
Well, we know it's Strictly.
Oh yeah, that is
Claudia.
the big dream. No, I'd love to do something with Vinted. I genuinely shop on Vinted all the time. I love, that it's pre-loved clothing, and I've got so many pieces from Vinted. It's like my pastime to scroll on there. So
Can you come and do
You should
a
do
reel on your
QVC
top 10
kind of-
tips?
yeah, all my tips on how to shop there, because
That'd be
once
great.
you start, the algorithm just serves you banger after banger of
Really?
things that you
Do you wash everything that you get?
Yeah.
Do you buy shoes?
glad you
Well,
said
you
that.
bought shoes.
Yeah, I do buy shoes on
Yeah.
there. I just bought a pair of Jacquemus Jandals, they're called, from
Jandals.
Vinted. slight toe mark within the shoe, but you just got to see
jandal?
Do you clean?
It was called a jandal. I don't know what a
Typo.
maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
jandal.
Jandal.
Right.
It sounds like something you might name something, but yeah, no. Once you start, then it does refine the search.
Yeah.
What's the best thing you've ever got invented?
Oh, this DKNY leather jacket. It's it's not an oversized one, and it's got this piping detail, but a kind of button. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Cool.
that jacket.
Do you search
like
for
bike style.
specific items or brands?
I did used to, and now they just kind
Now I
of
buy
started-
anything it
Now
gives
I'll
me.
just do anything. No, kind of brands, DKNY or Karen Millen Vintage gives
wow.
some really good. I've got the most lovely halter neck zebra print dress from there. So like putting vintage next to brand names help.
I love shopping on Vestiaire,
Okay.
and obviously they have
bit
their
more expensive.
they've got their authentication
Yeah.
service.
They've got that on-
Do they have that
As do
authentic?
eBay.
Oh wow! Oh,
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. eBay have a massive
Oh.
team.
Yeah,
doing
they
that,
do.
yeah.
They
Okay.
did a marketing campaign around it last year. I'm so surprised you don't do vintage because you used to be like an eBay addict.
Yeah, I've moved more to. I still kind of dabble in eBay, but I'm more Vestiaire, and I get obsessed with bidding. I just bid, and then I just don't
Tips
buy.
for eBay.
I search for specific items. So if there's something like, for example, if you want to buy some A Goldie jeans, they've got so many A Goldie jeans on there.
What do they retail at usually?
So
I've never.
300.
Okay.
And then on eBay, like, under 100.
Okay, I need to get on this hype.
But you obviously need to, for me, it's something very specific.
Okay.
I don't kind of shop around.
You used to buy so much.
Yeah, I used to buy
I
so
remember
much.
you'd always be popping up with some
Yeah.
new design or something. Like, oh, I got it on eBay.
Yeah.
Maya. Dream collab.
I would really, 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 really love to be an M&S ambassador, like a long-term partner. That would be a
feel
big,
like that.
big dream for me. I'd love that.
Weird,
I can
I
see
had
it coming.
grasp.
I had this
Yeah.
career dream of turning M&S around years ago. I think they're doing quite well.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to say what
Aren't
I'm
they?
wearing.
Isn't it
right there.
great to see?
Yeah.
It gives me such joy to see that happening.
Baby clothes for M&S are really
I
good
love
as well.
M&S.
Can you tell me who in this industry, inspires you?
Pernille Steinbeck. She's
she's
got 4
amazing.
kids. She looks incredible. Her style is impeccable.
Yeah, beautiful house,
yeah.
beautiful husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Probably Sarah Jossel. She's doing, this morning, done the TV segment on there, and she's kind of in a similar space and doing the broadcasting and presenting.
You can get there.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah Jossel's great.
Yeah.
But
Also, Keeks Reid, who's a friend of mine. She's beauty director at Cosmopolitan, and she's doing amazingly in this space too.
I always say this person whenever anyone asks me about a new account to follow, and it's not new anymore because I always go on and on about it. But my Anna Marie, she's American. She lives in Las Vegas. I think she's so cool. Mega cool. I pretty much watch everything she does. A bit like how people are obsessed with Mollie May. I'm obsessed with her.
can we finish up with... I'm going to ask you 3 things.
Okay.
Ooh.
What's on your wish list? What have you bought recently? Beauty, ride or die.
Okay, so on my wish list, they do a suede version of this, but it's sold out and I really want it.
Same shape.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I've not
It's
seen
kind
that.
of pale, like light brown suede Zara. Recent purchase. I know I've already mentioned these, but these jeans, I love them. And I also think like white jeans work all year round. They
I'm
look really good
influenced,
with
babe.
Are you?
I really am, yeah.
They're so comfy, like the denim's really soft. And then Beauty Ride or Die, I swear by the Vive Skin Nova. I think it's
yeah, it's so
incredible.
good.
It gives you such glowy skin. It's a really good primer. I use it in the summer just without anything else. It kind of acts as a tinted moisturiser, but I always get complimented on my skin. So
You're
that's
very
definitely...
glowy.
Thank you, Vive.
I mean, your skin.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
on
I've got
your
such
skin?
a long list of things that I could just go on and on about.
You haven't got a lot on your skin now. I can't believe it.
So on my skin right
If
now,
you do, it's bloody well put on.
is the Isle of Paradise Sunny Serum, which I mix with any base I use. It's so lovely. Mixed with Merit SPF 50 skin tint.
Isle
And
of Paradise.
Isle of Paradise Sunny Serum. I love it so much. I put it on
Lovely.
you
I've
earlier,
got it on
actually.
today now.
Glowy. And then got the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer on that I was talking to you about.
need
To
to
you
try
about earlier.
that,
It was
yeah.
like $8.99. It's so beautiful. The Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner is again another ride or die. And I've never seen without a little flick. It's just one of those things that I've been doing for years. And
It's great.
I want a new pair of loafers, and I've seen a pair in Marge that I really like. So potentially for them, I'm like, oh, could I just find one vintage
Yeah.
for less?
Let us know.
And something that I've just bought is a digital camera, like a vintage one. Like, you know, on nights out, we used to take a good old digital camera.
You used to upload like 200 pictures to Facebook.
On the Facebook album.
I love that's your old school. Mine is going to Snappy Snaps and waiting for the film to be developed and then going, shit.
I used to put the highlight really, really high so that it would just like kind of wash my skin out. Only be the pictures that I was in. So it's really obvious that I did it,
Everyone else looks shit.
Yeah.
Maya?
I would really like an East to West bag. I do love the Prada ones, but I also really like the Manu Atelier ones. So I'd love to buy one of those. Something I bought recently. I did buy the Zara suede jacket that's now sold out, and
The viral
one. I'd like to say I bought it before it went viral. Maybe I didn't, but it is so good. It's very like YSL vibes. There is a black one that I think is still in stock, which equally looks amazing. I would quite like to add that to collection, but now my blazers and jacket collection is getting a little bit out of control.
Can you ever have too many?
I don't think so, because I think the jacket is always the outfit.
Jackets are my favourite item, without a doubt.
With the jacket.
I feel like I could have a whole room full of jackets if I was allowed.
The rest is just basics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I'd love to find a really good new statement earring. I'm sure you've got some recs for that.
My earring habit is out of control.
But they make you,
always
they make
use
our outfit
them.
look
Alice
so good.
Skewis is your friend. Vintage earrings start at 40 quid. I mean, her edit is
I didn't realise they were actually that affordable. I thought they were much more expensive than that.
No.
Wow.
She just finds these amazing kind of quite 80s, which if you're wearing a jacket and a whatever, anyway, she's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant.
What a fun job. She's just like going around looking.
I think she really loves it. And then she
Yeah.
cleans them and dips them and they come out looking fabulous.
Yeah,
It's
great.
brilliant. She's brilliant. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you
very much. Yeah.
It has whizzed by. Thank you for watching it. That's it for today. If you've enjoyed that, then do please rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends to listen to, and we will be back soon. Thanks very much.